Hello everyone, this is Reno. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit that like button. So today, we're going to do starting a new series called Blood Realm. I've heard a lot of good things about this series from Alterna Comics. And before I get started into my review, I want to say hello Joker, hello Plastic Plants, hello Shades, hello Ibuprofen, hello Jug of Water. Let's just move that out of the way. So, Blood Realm uses a unique format. It uses red and black with accentuated with white, or is it attenuated? Whatever that word is, it's red, black, and white. That's the entire comic, and almost all the pages are just full pages. Every once in a while, you might find a page with 2 panels or a couple with 3 panels, but most of the comic is a full page is just one. Well, let me just show you what I mean. This is a story by Robert Geronimo with letters by Thomas Maurer. So this is what I mean. Red, black, and white. And as you can see, each page is just one panel. And what that does is that it allows the more detail for each little image that needs to be shown. It also allows for the story to progress more quickly. It allows for streamlined storytelling. So this is a character that we're introduced right away. They're like narrating this tale. This character is named Meek. And so to get started, I felt it inside me, gnawing like a voracious parasite. Time ceased to exist. Only this torment and dwelling and the swelling fear that there would be nothing left of me. I tried to fight it, but my body rejected me. It writhes, thrashing. I have seen the dark. So, Meek then proceeds to tell the tale of two kingdoms at war. The Volgorath and the kingdom of Satyrians. So, let's just skip a couple pages. Actually, let's not just yet. So, the story starts with the kingdom of Volgorath, the last realm of humans. And so, one day, there was a queen, and the queen had a daughter. The daughter eventually fell ill, and the only way to cure the daughter was by the captain of the guard would kill a bunch of creatures called the Old Beasts. These Old Beasts had magical blood inside of them, and so the captain of the guard slew all of the Old Beasts and healed the princess. The princess then married the captain of the guard, and eventually they had a child together, but the child was cursed. Because it's a human, but that human child was infused with the blood of the Old Beast, and so it looked like an abomination, and so they were both slain. This actually caused chaos in the kingdom of Volgorath, and so everything collapsed into chaos. Now we'll skip a couple of pages. So, during that time, but before the kingdom fell, the captain of the guard slew all the other kingdoms around him. He was a great warrior. And so it talks about how the Old Beast cursed him and his child. Let's skip a couple pages. Again, look at this art. It's just it takes I got Elliot Fernandez, I think it was. Hold on, let me put this down for a second. Yeah, Elliot Fernandez is red and black, or black and red, and it's a style apparently in the art community where you do black and red and white. Sorry to say, but I think so. Anyway, it's a style. It's a thing that happens. Where they do artists do compositions. Anyway, back to this story. So, let me just skip a couple pages actually. So eventually, as the kingdom fell, the kingdom of Satyrians were able to finally get their revenge on the kingdom of humans. And so their leader was General Gorn. He was able to take over because the previous ruler of the kingdom of Satyrians was kind of a weak leader. And so we'll skip some pages. And so he began to exact his revenge. Not just on the weak leaders of the Satyrians, but also the humans as well. So you can see the absolute brutality. And so one of the things that I found really interesting is that he tore off the weak leader that he took over for. He tore off that leader's, the previous king's, he killed the children and tore off all their limbs. And so the previous king was exiled, and he had to take the limbs of his children with him on his back. Again, a great degree of cruelty. Also, these are the Sisters of Silence. They are hunting an artifact. And they have great... they are working on for the Volgarath. The kingdom of Volgarath. Because the Satyrians are pursuing the heart, or an ancient artifact. And so they want to grab it first. Because the Satyrians kind of worship this thing. And so they're on a quest to get it. So this absolute amazing art. It's nice how he chooses what to make in red, what to highlight in black. So you never actually get confused about what's going on. This is just a great artwork. Let me just skip a couple more pages. So this is about the artifact. Boom. The ancient heart. According to legend, it's an ancient heart. It's imbued with dark magic, and it's hidden in a place called the Eyeless Kingdoms. Now, this is Lord Cyphus. I think he's going to play a role in later books. The reason why this artifact, is imbued with so much power is because he would constantly sacrifice on the souls of children, and to extend his life, to power himself. And so he was a real Hillary Clinton here. It's just feasting on children. And so that's where we end the tale. We do end the tale. Actually, let me just skip a couple more pages. Okay, here. So to here. So this is Meek and the three Sisters of Silence looking on. It looks like they're about to have a confrontation. Like I said, the Satyrians are pretty cruel. I'm not quite sure what he is. I don't know if he's human. I don't think he is. But he's a character in this story. And so he was narrating everything about how they finally met. And so they're going to rescue him, but they'll probably show their powers in the next issue. Now, what I like about this is that there are a lot of names that got dropped in this book, a lot of locations that got dropped. And so, to help people keep track of the lore, they actually have this map, which is great. So, for example, here's Volgorath, or Vorogoth. And so they're headed to the Eyeless Canyons. So this is where the artifact is going to be hidden, somewhere in here. This is Soteria. It's interesting that Vorogoth was actually pretty small. I'm not quite sure if this is before the Soterians started pushing back or what. But, so it's kind of like you can see the seas and everything. It's actually very Tolkien-esque on how it's done with this map. Another thing is that there are a lot of names and locations dropped here, and so the book also has some list of the main characters. The Sisters of Silence. This was the Queen, Aurea. She gave the mission to the Sisters of Silence. This is Meek. Meek is not human. This is the symbol for Vorogoth. The Soterian Kingdom. The captain of the guard were called the Iron Wolves. This is Lycurgus. Or Lycurgus. This is the actual guy. An old beast. This is the princess who eventually became ill and gave birth to the cursed child. I think there's one more page of characters. Nope. So anyway, yeah, I do like, because there was so much name dropping and location dropping, this little summary at the end. I don't feel like even though they had, what is technically, I don't know, is it filler? Would this be considered filler? I don't think so. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of just ensuring people are able to keep track of the lore and everything. I mean, I've talked about books where there were so many wasted pages, so yeah, definitely check out Blood Realm. I'm actually excited to finish up this series. The artwork is pretty amazing. Highly recommended. Anyway, I'm going to Panda Express. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.